Okay, this is going to be the forward bay parking. Driving forward into the bay, the instruction would normally be drive forward and turn into one of the bays on the right. So we're going to begin by getting the car in position, which should be, to get the position correct, the line at the edge of the base on the right side tends to come almost halfway above the pillar on the right side. Again, depending on your height, you might see almost halfway above, or it could be almost a third above the pillar, depending on your height. But that's where it would be. It's the line on the right side of the base which we're turning into. The line at the edge of the base we're turning into. So once you've got the car in position, you would begin with, once you got the car in position, then you would stop and then begin your observations, which would begin from the left blind spot, left mirror, ahead, back, right mirror, and the blind spot your right. Put your right signal, and one more check to your right, making sure that there are no cars or pedestrians coming close. Again, any cars coming within 6 cars length, stop and wait for them. Any pedestrians coming close within about 2 cars length, stop and wait for them. And then if it's looking clear, handbrake goes down, you start driving forward. Now, as you're driving forward, you would continue looking around, checking the blind spots, checking the mirrors, but mainly on the right side because the gap is going to be big on the right. So any cars coming would be trying to approach you from the right side. So you need to be looking out. Now that's how wide we need to maintain the car to get the position. So at this point, we've done the observations. So the right signal is on, and then we continue driving forward nice and slow. As we continue looking around, checking the blind spots, checking the mirrors, left and right, until we get to the turning point, which would be around here. So for the turning point, the line of the bay we're turning into tends to come almost past the door handle. Again, depending on your height. So depending on your height, the line might either come roughly by the door handle at the edge or at the end of the door handle, but it can also go up to almost halfway, roughly in the middle of the door, depending on your height. If you're taller, you're gonna see it a bit further back. If you're a bit shorter, you're gonna see it a bit closer. That would be the turning point. And then at the turning point, we're going to be turning quickly into a full right lock. So before we start turning, again, we shall begin with observations pretty much all around, looking around, making sure there's nothing coming. And then if it's clear, then we start turning. So at this point, I've done the observations, signal still on, and then we turn quickly into a full right lock. Keep coming in, nice and slow. As you continue the observations, we need to wait until the car is straight before making the wheel straight. So we keep coming in until the car is facing directly into ahead. That's when the car is straight. So you continue coming in, wait until the car is straight, the car is facing directly into the bay, and then that's when you make the wheel straight by quickly turning left a turn and a half. And then you've now got the wheel straight, you've got the car straight. Continue driving forward into the bay, nice and slow, until you can be able to see the back tires appear to be inside the bay. That's when we stop. So you look in the small mirror. Once you see the back tire appears to be inside the bay, that's when we stop. And then on that side it should be the same thing. And then once you stop, then you double check your position. If the gap happens to be a bit bigger on the left side, you're going to reverse slightly, turning a bit left. So if the gap was slightly turning a bit left, then right to get the car straight and left to make the wheel straight, and then you start driving forward into the bay. If the gap was slightly bigger on the right, you would reverse slightly, turning a bit right. Quarter of a turn should be enough. Let the car move back a bit. Get the car straight by turning a bit left. Make the wheel straight by turning right, and then start driving forward into the bay. And as you're driving forward into the bay, you would be able to see the positioning reference point. The line as you're driving forward to correct the position of the car, the line of the bay, you're turning, the line of the bay, the line on the right side of the bay tends to come just a bit left of that sticker, about an inch or so left of the sticker on the right side. That's the reference point we use as you're driving forward into the bay. Keep it nice and slow, keep it straight until the back tires appears to be inside the bay, then you can stop. So if you've come in and the gap is bigger on the left side, you would start with reversing slightly, a bit left, and then once you've gone a bit left, turn right to get the car straight, and then left to make the wheel straight. And then give yourself a bit of room before you start driving forward into the bay. And then as you're driving forward into the bay, you would be using the line on the right side. And then, so keep coming forward nice and slow, trying to align, trying to use the reference point so that you can, the line just left of the sticker. And then once you're fully in, then you can stop.